When my nephew Alessio texts a message to his girlfriend Sara, not one word gets capitalized, not one sentence ends with a period, and when it comes to spelling okay, he will never just write K.
That's a big no-no.
It looks bad, you know, it looks like you're angry.
For you to use the letter K, you're taking out all the big guns. That is definitely as harsh as it gets.
And that's just the first clue that we are all probably clueless about texting Gen Z style. This quick-finger demographic, who has always had everything at the tip of their fingers, has broken the rules to make up their own. For instance, capitalizing any letter is like playing with dynamite.
We've started to do this thing where when you get a phone, you will turn off the automatic capitalization.
When Danielle gets a text that isn't in all lowercase from a friend.
I assume they're in a bad mood, and I'm usually right. So
Periods? They're even worse.
there's just something that's super passive-aggressive when you use a period.
It's just a little dot, but it does make a big point.
We were taught that periods were used to end a sentence, and now if you're using a period in a text, it is because you want to end the conversation.
Also, one exclamation point doesn't mean what you think.
It means that you're being sarcastic with what you're saying. If you use 2 exclamation points, that's perfect. And 3 or more exclamation points, that is like screaming a little too much.
So let's put this to the test.
How do you feel about mowing the lawn this weekend?
Great, 1 exclamation point.
How do you feel about Thai food for dinner?
Sounds perfect, 2 exclamation points.
How do you feel about the new Taylor Swift album?
Amazing, perfect, beautiful, spectacular, 5 dozen exclamation points.
Okay, just because you now know some of the rules doesn't mean you should feel okay about jumping in to this younger, mostly unpunctuated, lowercase world.
For my mom to start texting me with no punctuation, no capitalization, I would definitely think that someone else is on her phone.
And to that, all I can say is period.
Nah.
Also, and this one is for Jim mostly, if you are still using a lot of emojis and you're over the age of 15, you might want to check yourself. Basically, Generation Z is down to using the puppy dog eyes one, you know, with the eyes that are about to cry, and the sunglasses emoji, and they use both of them ironically.
And that's it?
That's it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to use the grandma emoji because I love emojis. I used to use them ironically years ago, and then I realized that I really love them and they speak for me. So, grandma emoji.
Exactly.
I don't like
Exactly.
this.
Just
This whole
embrace it.
idea of asking our kids to educate us on some topic that's all backwards. Kids,
Yeah.
use the emojis, use punctuation, and capitalize for crying
No,
out
we need
loud.
to learn from the children, Jim, and say this was a public service. So thank you for the public service, and we know you'll need to update us again in 6 months because it
Okay.
will change.
That's for
Yep.
sure.
Okay, Jim, for you, grandpa emoji and 3 exclamation points.